It's my day off today. And my wife surprises me last night by saying, oh, I'm off tomorrow. And I said, oh, really? Give me a second to throw this handful of confetti into the air. Actually, it's a handful of thumbtacks I'm going to throw into the air. And they're going to land on the floor, and I'm going to do a belly flop onto them. All right? Because the pain of those thumbtacks. Start the lawnmowers, gentlemen. Start the fucking lawnmowers. It's like I can't escape these guys. Is Tuesdays like National Landscaping Day? This is new to me. I thought we landscaped on Friday for the weekend. Or Thursday, if you had any class at all. It's fucking lawnmowers on parade over here. I don't know, man. I gotta walk my dog. It's been beautiful weather. I haven't walked the dog. I feel so bad. The dog's in like a morbid depression. You know he's depressed when he's laying there and you start scratching his belly and he doesn't make a sound. He just lays there with his eyes wide open. I don't know. Thank God the dog doesn't know how to tie a noose. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, what's going on in your life? Man. I don't know. I can't deal with people anymore. I got Dave at work. He's like, I don't know. He's telling me about it. He's like, I got a Shelby Mustang, fastback, 428 Cobra Jet or something like that. Already, I say, Dave, okay, what scale is it? Because he's the type of guy that likes to collect like die-cast cars. Oh yeah. He's got them all over the house. He tells me. I said his wife is probably, I don't know, banging everybody on the block that she can get her hands on. Do you know what I'm talking about? You get to a certain age where you give up on the dream and you submit to playing with toys. So that's why I said to him, I said, oh, you got a new toy? And he goes, what are you talking about, toy? And I said, yeah, you're playing with toys now. And then I turn around and walk away. And he goes, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He goes, they're die cast. And he starts charging me. I don't know. He took a couple swings. I bob and I weave. I'm like a Floyd Mayweather walking away from him. That's the bottom line, man. I'm sick and tired of these grown men playing with toys. You're going to notice this in your life. Everybody, we revert back. I'm no different. I love toys. You know? I still, to this day, I stand my ground. I say the Evel Knievel stunt motorcycle is the greatest toy ever invented. To this day, it holds up. We had toys. Guys, in the 1980s, all right? My friend's mother worked at Mattel. He brought home these toys that I've still been searching for. I think they were prototypes. Guys, do you remember this? In the 1980s, there was, I want to say 84, 83, 84. We're outside, okay? We just got done playing a rousing game of street hockey. By the way, remember playing street hockey? Oh my God. I think my son said to me, you used to play sports when you were younger? Like, because he plays like, you know, league soccer and stuff like that. I said, yeah, but everything was played in the street. Baseball, wiffle ball, basketball, football, hockey. I mean, for fuck's sake, we were playing golf. Remember when you get a pair of golf clubs? Forget about it. Board up your windows. Because we were hitting golf balls right off the grass. God forbid you found it. Because you always used to go around in people's yards. That's the other thing. We used to creep around in people's yards. You play tag, and you run around people's yards. That's what you did. So you'd find like an old pair of golf clubs. Forget about it. Smashing golf balls everywhere, every which way. They were ricocheting off of houses. No idea. There's lawlessness. Anyhow. And he says, how could you play hockey in the street? There's no ice. I said, ice? What are you talking about? I said, you use this round rubber ball. Remember that? The hockey sticks had a plastic end. And what you used to do is you used to bend the end of the hockey stick like this. So that when you did a wrist shot, we used to call it a riff shot. I don't know anything about hockey. So they would say wrist shot. Take a wrist shot. I'm like, a riff shot? Anyhow, you bend the hockey stick like this, like the end of it was curved, so that when you did the wrist shot, the ball would be like whoosh, and it would launch off the end of the hockey stick, almost like hide glide. A sport that nobody plays on planet Earth. And wow, we used to have pads. You know, the goalie would look like a stormtrooper. You had the street hockey pads, the white pads or whatever that would protect your leg. You had this thing that you wore over your chest. You didn't wear anything on your chest. And a face mask. And every once in a while, the guy would bring out the big hockey pads for the legs that you would run and just skid on in the street. Oh yeah, being a goalie was awesome. And we watched this movie. What was the hockey movie that really glorified the goalie, made the goalie look like a badass? He had like a Jason mask on or something like that. You guys remember that old hockey movie? What the fuck? But street hockey was so much fun. Like, all those sports games were so much fun. And you remember you had that one kid that he either sucked or he was an asshole. This has happened to me too. And they would say, okay, game's over, we're done playing. And you'd be like, all right. And then you'd walk home and you'd take like 10 steps and you'd look back and they already resumed the game. They were just trying to get rid of you. Or you were like odd man. They didn't have an even amount of players on the team. So that's how they would fucking ghost you. And then they would start a fucking lawnmower. So street hockey was great. I mean, weed whacker's even better. This thing is like drilling into my head. Anyhow, we get done playing street hockey and my friend brings out this toy. And what you would do is you would pump it with air. It had like an air pump that you would pump up. And the thing had legs almost like a tripod, almost like an accordion. And it was like a robot. And it would go like this down the road. And it was kind of fast. And my friend's father, who just got home from work, was sitting on a ledge in front of the bushes in front of his house. And the thing goes speeding by him, and he goes like this. He's drinking his beer. He goes, what is that, a stunad? I don't know. You guys aren't bored to death? And I always remember that. What's stunad? What does that mean? I don't know. But that's what dads used to do. They'd come home and have a beer across the board. I didn't know one father. I knew one father, and he was a professor at a university, at Hofstra University in New York. And he was like the only father that wasn't like a complete loser on the block. So he was like the professor from, what was the Rodney Dangerfield movie? When he go back to school. Remember the professor who was like very stiff and he drove like an old Triumph or something like that. I don't know what he drove, and he had the plaid cap on. That was Rex's father. Okay, he was very proper. He didn't have beers after work, but every other fucking father would drink beers after work. That was just how you did it. You got the guy who would come home from Grumman. He'd be out on the front patio, drinking a beer. My old man was road construction. He'd come home, have a beer. Todd's father was a roofer. He'd come home, have a beer. Like they were all tradesmen, and they would come home and have a beer. And that's what he'd say, Mr. Bernadello. I'd say, hey, Mr. Bernadello, how you doing? And he'd go like this with his beer. You work all your life, and then you die. Be like, okay, Mr. Bernadello, I'll be in the backyard. See you later. These are the dads. All right. We're going to pause the show, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Where will we? I don't know. I love how my landscaper just like comes and goes as he pleases. These guys, you could time them on the atomic clock down to the millisecond. Where were we? I don't know. Talking about kids, being a kid, toys. I remember I had Transformers. My whole life, I never had a real Transformer. I got one from school, but it was like out of some shady trade on something else, where I got the best of somebody. I had, what was it called? Who was the guy? He was the tape recorder. I don't know. I thought that was the coolest thing. And then the tape came out. It unfolded into a bird. It was useless. What was the guy's name? Soundwave? Yeah, I had just the tape recorder part. Anyway, I thought it was the coolest thing. And it just like opened up into a torso or something. Or maybe it was just a torso. I don't know. And it had the fucking Boyd. And I had that thing that I got on a trade. I don't know what I traded. I had GoBots. You know, we had the Christmas fair at school. I got like a little, I didn't even have GoBots. I had the knockoff GoBot. Where it was like the airplane, but you could turn the head. That's all it moved. It was like the head. You could open the legs. I don't know. You know, I remember kids at school, they had the Starscream. What was his name? The full, like, Transformers airplane. Forget about it. I know I've talked about this before, but a kid at school, no, my friend Rex, his mother was a flight attendant. So she was back and forth to Japan. And he got the full Voltron. I'm like, really? It's fucking awesome. So I had this Transformer thing, and I made a trade with another friend in the neighborhood for a G.I. Joe thing. It was like the G.I. Joe tank thing, but it was like missing a wheel, and it was missing the gun, and I think the windshield was broken off. I just wanted something G.I. Joe for once in my life. I had nothing G.I. Joe. So I got this thing, and I got it home, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm like, maybe I got a raw deal on this. So I went back, and I was like, yo, I want my Soundwave tape deck back. And I remember his mother came out, and she was like, well, you know, that's Indian giving. And I was like, Indian giving? I was a kid. I was like, well, how, what? Just give me my fucking tape back. The trade's over. All right? We're going back to the way it was before. And she goes, well, that's Indian giving. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have had BLM out there. I mean, Black Lives Matter. This type of thing. And yeah, the bitch would have been in the papers. She would have lost the job. No, listen. Where did the term Indian giver come from? That's what I want to know. All right? Because we kind of funked over the Indians, if I'm here to tell you. You might want to call that one white people giving. Huh? I love that we fuck over the Indians and then we give them the term Indian giver. Don't be an Indian giver. Hey, come on. Don't be an Indian giver. I still say it to this day. Fuck them all. Big and small. Don't be an Indian giver. Anyhow, we had shit like that. I don't know. My son's renouncing his American citizenship, okay? He's like that. He wants to be Dominican. He wants Dominican citizenship. They gave him, somebody in the family gave him this Dominican flag that I had to hang on the wall. Like, he doesn't want to be American anymore. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this country? And as a father, you can't say, hey son, wait a second here. You can't say this is bullshit. You're American, and this is the way it's going to be. You want to hang out? You got to hang out an American flag in there because you're going to be that father, and then they're going to rebel against you, and then next thing you know, they're going to come home gay. So I said, all right, I just got to go with the flow. When it comes to being a father, all right, you just take your balls and cut them off because they're useless. I throw them in a fry pan and feed them to the dog. So that's great. So, I can't blame him because he goes to school and there's not a white kid to be found. Seriously. You remember when we used to go to school and they would have, what do they have, these fucking Jehovah's Witnesses? Saddest thing on planet Earth. You have these kids that are like, we'd have a birthday party. And it'd be like, well, Jeremiah can't participate because he's a Jehovah's Witness. He can't eat cupcakes and cookies because we used to have cupcakes and cookies and candies when it was somebody's birthday. You shut the whole place down. There's no learning happening. There's a party. Somebody brought cups. Somebody brought napkins. Somebody brought the fucking cupcakes. Somebody brought cookies. It's a celebration. You're not allowed to bring any type of food into the school. Oh yeah. They'll fucking rappel through the window and arrest you. So they're not allowed to give out any good. So they give out like erasers. My son comes home and he goes, I got this eraser. I was like, what happened? What is that, a punishment or something? He's like, no, somebody had a birthday party. I was like, oh, so you got an eraser? Where's a fucking cupcake? Ah, man. You want to talk about childhood trauma, man. I remember somebody had a birthday and Mrs. Cohen, rest in hell, in burning hell, Mrs. Cohen. You know who you are. My only regret in life that I wasn't there on the deathbed of Mrs. Cohen, all right? Because I probably would have given her a spinning back fist just to send her out. And it was Karen Carlson's birthday, and her mother brought in these fabulous chocolate cupcakes with chocolate icing and sprinkles on top, maybe some nonpareils just to, completely destroy your dental work. So Mrs. Cohen starts handing out the cupcakes on the desk. The cupcake lands on my desk. I eat the fucking thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you put a cupcake on my desk and I ate it. She turns around. She goes, you ate your cupcake? I'm like, well, isn't that the point? And she came over and she grabbed me by the hair and she called me a pig in front of everybody. You're a pig! You're a pig, aren't you? And she's like this with my head. She's like breaking my neck. I'm like, hey, George the Animal Steel, calm down. It's a cupcake. Anyhow, she fucking rang my neck out. I think she hit me over the head with a book a few times. I don't know. I was like swirling, unconscious. She basically beat the fuck out of me. And I was like, okay, I get the picture. We're not allowed to eat the cupcake until you lower the checkered flag or something. Shoot the starting gun. I'm in first grade, you motherfucker. Yeah, so Miss Cohen, have fun burning. Wherever you are, you're burning. Just like a fiery, fiery pit of hell you're in right now, which is fabulous. I hope when you went down, you landed on a spike, asshole first. How about that? So, yeah, you had those gems. Nothing like cupcakes. If you think about it, it was like certain things would shut the whole class down. Those are the greatest. When you watch a movie or a film in class, you realize the teacher had a hangover, didn't you? Remember when the projector used to come in? Oh, yeah. The teacher was hungover. And we watched like Looney Tunes cartoons or something like that. It was the best. Cartoons, or it was, honestly, it was Betty Boop and Popeye, black and white cartoons. Nothing better. Absolutely nothing better. Or the old Woody Woodpecker, when Woody Woodpecker used to laugh like this. You don't remember that? Nobody remembers that. They all know that, you know, the new Woody Woodpecker. Woody Woodpecker was a son of a bitch. Yeah, him and Heckle and Jekyll. You remember those are two fucking blackbirds? They were two sons of bitches. All right, they were troublemakers. Woody Woodpecker was a troublemaker. He was an asshole. In all reality, really. Love Woody Woodpecker. Anyhow, yeah. So all my son's friends, they're all Spanish, black. You know, there's no white people in there. So my son's like, he's half Dominican. He could speak Spanish, so he's been accepted into the Dominican Brotherhood. It's almost like prison, you know? He's in. I'm just waiting for like the, I don't know, the teardrop tattoo. What's next? I said, all right, he wants to deny his whiteness. What am I going to do? What am I do? I think I'm the last white guy on Long Island, to be honest with you. I look around. I can't even get gas at the fucking gas station because all the landscaping trucks pull in there. You got to see this shit. I tried to get gas this morning. I couldn't. There was literally 5 landscaping trucks with trailers. Okay, so they're gassing up their blowers, their weed whackers, and everything else. I just kept on driving. I don't know. I think the only real exciting part of my life is having this coffee cup warmer brought to us by Chris from Florida. You know, it broke my heart. I said, "You want to use your last name?" And he said, "No. Basically, like, I don't want any association with this program." You know. So I said, "Okay." I wanted to really like just you know, honor him, you know, as a dignitary of the show. But he's Chris from Florida. He knows who he is. What are you gonna do? Yeah, so I've been doing this whole thing, like 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Basically sending myself on, you know, the fast track to a heart attack, to be honest with you. I mean, it's an incredible amount of food I'm eating, like protein. And, you know, the other day, I guess I took my protein shake and I drank it and then I put it on the countertop. And there was like a misunderstanding somewhere, but I took the protein shake and I put it in the drawer, but it still had protein shake in it. So I put it back in the drawer. And it was like a day later, I open up the drawer and pull it out. And I open it up and I was like, holy shit, is there a dead dog inside this cup? I've never smelled a smell like this in my entire life. It was the most horrendous fucking smell. And it filled the whole kitchen. The whole kitchen smelled like a morgue. And I said, basically what I created here is like a large intestine. And this is feces smell times 1,000. It was absolutely incredible. I said, this is like, this is the stuff of chemical weaponry at the end of the day. So I took it and I tried to wash it out to no avail. To just no, I was gagging washing the cup out, not lying to you. And I can handle smells in my life, you know. I've smelled some smells. I mean, we rented a cabin once upstate when I was a kid, and there was a skunk underneath the cabinet, and he was firing RPGs out of his tail. This skunk was bombing our cabin. You couldn't believe how horrendous the smell was, and it got in everything. The sleeping bags. We drove quite a great distance away with the windows down in the car, and we could still smell it. No lie. And wow. Yeah, I think this skunk had like a stomach virus or something. It was just horrendous. That was horrendous. But this topped it. This topped everything. So I poured basically like pure bleach. It was like a half and half water, half bleach, not lying, into the container. Let it sit for a day. Dumped it out. Still stunk. I threw my protein container out. I had to go on Amazon and order another one. $9.99. That's what's happening in my life. How about you? I don't know about you. Can I tell you something? You know, I take my son to play soccer. And I want parents out there, if you're parents of children out there, I want you to really listen up right now, okay? Because we go to soccer and I see, you know, all the cars parked in the parking lot and the kids get out. A lot of times the parents stay in the car and their kids go out to the soccer field, which is far away from the parking lot. So you can't see your kids play from the car. And all I see is parents on their phone inside the car like this. And I always go, it's usually me and my wife, we go down and watch my son play soccer. And let me tell you something. There are kids down there playing their hearts out. They're really good. I mean, some of these kids are really, really like naturals. It's amazing to watch. And their parents are in the car on the phone, and it breaks my heart. And some of these kids will kick goals, like the most amazing goals. Like they're real, you know, they're getting to an age now, they're 9 years old, all right? When you go to a soccer game and the kids are 5, you might as well just fall asleep in your chair and just like not even watch, because the ball's going over here, the ball's over here. There's no organization. It's just it's a mess. So to watch them at 9, they're really starting to get organized. They're passing the ball to each other. They're cooperating, moving the ball around the field. And they're actually scoring some pretty impressive goals. So some of these kids will score and I'll be like, whoa! I was like, yeah! Like for some reason, nobody can say anything anymore when you go to a soccer game. You're not allowed to cheer. You're not allowed to like say, yeah, good job, this, that, the other. Everybody stays silent. It's a really disturbing society we live in these days. So sometimes I'm just overwhelmed. I'm like, oh, and somebody will score an amazing goal. And then the kid will look at you and you see them light up. And especially this one, like, I think he's a Japanese kid, okay? He's so good. And his footwork is so amazing. I love watching him play. He's really good. And he kicks these amazing goals. And I'm like, oh, I can't control myself. I'm like, oh, like, great job. And he looks at me, he lights up, and his father's inside the car on the phone. I said, man, oh man, that is so terrible. That's so terrible. Listen, I'm not the father of the year by any stretch of the imagination. Quite the opposite. But it really breaks my heart. It almost brings me to tears, because you know how important it is for your kids to see you watching them. It's so important. Anyway, I get choked up just thinking about it. Really, because these kids, they're giving everything. You know, unlike my son who likes to play soccer with both hands in his pockets. That's right. My son plays soccer like this. I'm like, can you pretend like you care to be there? No, he's been a lot better lately. At first he would just pass the ball. Like as soon as he got the ball, he would pass the ball like it's a hot potato. He'd give it to somebody else. And, you know, Then he started being more aggressive. He's doing a lot better. He scored 2 goals his last game. Who care? You care, right? Nobody cares. Let me tell you something right now. Go into work and start talking about your kids scoring goals. All right? Everybody wants to stab you in the throat. Don't talk about your kids in a good way. Oh. I learned that a long time ago. My mother used to do nails at home. Like, you know, these fucking Long Island sweat hogs would come over, and my mother would do their nails in the house, right? And I'd be in my room, and I'd be listening to these fucking dumb broads. Let me tell you something. They love to talk about their kids like their kids are fucking Buzz Aldrin. I felt like going in there and saying, your kids are the dumbest pieces of shit on planet Earth, and that's the end of that story. These women, these fat pigs would leave, and I'd say, Ma, I don't know how you do it. Because my mom would sit there and listen to them, you know. She's doing the nails, you know. They empty their whole lives on her. And this one fat bitch had diabetes, and then she's talking about how she went out to the restaurant. She had this pasta and that fucking souffle, and the dessert was amazing. Like, you got diabetes, you dumb bitch. She come in with those ankles flared up, pouring over her flats. Oh, disgusting. What my mother had to go through. And you think these fucking bitches would tip? They're cheap motherfuckers. Cheap motherfuckers. Anyhow. Yeah, growing up, I mean, listen, the big things were He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, as far as like toys were concerned. And I remember my buddy Rex had, well, he had the Ark of the Covenant upstairs in his house. He had the USS flag. You remember that fucking thing? Of course you don't. Nobody had it. Did you know somebody that had the USS flag? This was an aircraft carrier that was basically like 1-to-1 scale. Am I wrong? The goddamn thing was 6 feet long. Am I wrong? And they're going for like insane money now. I saw one on eBay. I think it was like a USS flag in box, brand new, never opened. I think it was going for like $50,000. It might have been more than that, 60. Not only that, the thing had all these different pieces, you know, like gun emplacements and you know, elevators, and even just the parts on eBay right now go for a tremendous amount of money if somebody's trying to like restore a USS flag. So I'll never forget the time that me and Rex were, well, his father did good. His father, like I said, worked for Hofstra University. He had like computers in the house. There was like 3 computers in the house. This was probably more than the Pentagon at this time. And Rex had his own computer, which he had a Commodore 64, which he put his joystick right through the screen. Now, let me put this caveat here. This Commodore 64 monitor, I don't know if you remember this. The monitor itself had like a Lexan cover on it. So the screen, so it had these 2 knobs that you would take off, and then you could take the cover off and access the screen, like if you had to wipe down the screen. So basically, the monitor was bulletproof. And Rex sent the fucking joystick sailing right through it, and cracked the screen and broke the monitor. Broke both screens. And I remember his father came in. And his father, this is what his father used to do. He used to come in and he used to go, Rex, God damn it. And then he would walk out of the room. He'd be like, that's it? That's it? If I broke a TV screen in my house, I don't know. I think I would have had to go in the backyard and dig my own grave. And then my father would have just threw me in it. So that's that. But he had a Laserdisc player too. So we're watching Oh boy, what was it? Firefox with Clint Eastwood. Remember Clint Eastwood was flying Firefox? Or he had to go into Russia and steal the Firefox back. What happened? The Firefox got stolen. It was like a special like warplane. And I remember Clint Eastwood flew the Firefox onto like this glacier or something like that. And he was landing it, but this gorge or this he was pulling the plane up to like a cliff. And he was trying to slow the plane down. And the plane, he stops the plane before it goes over the cliff, right? And when he comes to a stop, he was like, simple. Or he said something like that. Or like, that was a cinch. He's like playing it totally cool. Anyhow, me and Rex are watching this. And my sister comes out with the USS flag. And she was like surfing on top of it. Or something like that. And she was singing, the Army, the Navy, the Marines. Remember that song? The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. And Rex had a total meltdown. We got thrown out of the house. He was screaming at the top of his lungs. My sister was surfing on top of the USS flag. And the father came in and he went, everybody, God damn it. And we got thrown out. Remember getting thrown out of a house? It was a big deal. I've had that happen to me a few times. Because you know what happened? A phone call to mom, which ultimately meant a conversation with dad. And then you were fucked for getting thrown out of somebody's house. Come on. The best is when I got thrown out. This is the best. I went over to my friend's house. I didn't think his parents were home. So we're playing Sega Master System. And we're playing, it was either Gangsta Town or Astro Warrior, or it might have been Double Dragon. Okay? Impossible on the Sega Master System. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. We used to get to the last level, and then you would jump. There was like this ledge you had to go on, and these things would pop out of the wall. These brick like columns would pop out of the wall and shove you over the edge. It was impossible. The play control wasn't the hottest. We all know the Master System controller. It wasn't like the Nintendo controller. It was a little spongy too. So, I mean, add that in. Anyway, we're playing Double Dragon or something, and my friend takes an extra turn. And I'm like, give me the controller. And he's like, no. And he's like kind of like laughing like it's funny. And I'm like, give me the controller. He's like, no. And he keeps playing. And I said, Frank, give me the fucking controller. Wow. I heard footsteps coming up the staircase. And the hairs on the back of my neck went up. I said, oh no. And his father came around the corner and he goes, hey, until you can talk like a gentleman, leave the house. Meanwhile, the guy was a tow truck driver with the filthiest mouth you ever heard in your life. I heard him say more curses probably than anybody else on planet Earth up until that point. And you want to talk about a walk of shame. He was sitting there with his finger pointed like this, and I had to walk by him, and I was like, down the stairs. I was so embarrassed. I don't think I went over his house for a year. Even his mother was calling me, it's okay, you can come back in the house again. I was like, I ain't going back there. I was so embarrassed. Fucking A. That's all it takes. Guys, let me tell you something, buddies. What are we, 38 minutes in here? Jesus Christ, Corona. Somebody at work said to me the other day, what were the 10 most influential games of your childhood? And I said, oh, jeez. And I really had to think about that. And I thought about it for about 5 minutes, and then I forgot about it. But then I just remembered it. And I said, okay, well, let's think about this together. This is what I would say. In television, okay, it was my first experience ever playing a video game console. and it was the Intellivision. Again, my buddy Todd, because his mother worked at Mattel, so he had the Intellivision and Televoice and all this stuff. But there was a game on the Intellivision that had a real impact on me, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and it was called Space Spartans. And basically it was he would fly and I would shoot. This was like awesome. We were like in the cockpit of a spaceship together. And basically, like, you know, it was a very, very rudimentary play. Like these UFOs would fly out onto the screen and whatnot. But he could move the whole screen. So it was like almost like you're in infinite space. We could turn around, you know, and whatnot. And then I would move, what do you call that? A retinal? No. Is that what it is? A crosshair. And I would shoot at the UFOs, and that was the coolest thing ever. I'm sorry, so cool. And then from there, I think we could go to Commodore 64, because there was a game on a Commodore 64 that I used to love to play at Todd's house. Again, he had the Intellivision, then he had Commodore 64. So I went from Intellivision to Commodore 64, and that was Bump and Jump. I don't know if you guys remember Bump and Jump, but that game was so cool. And I remember we'd sit there and play Bump and Jump until I would be late going home for dinner, and then I would get yelled at for not getting home for dinner on time. But I didn't care, because we were playing Bump and Jump. So, yeah, and if you want to move on to Nintendo, I mean, you cannot. It's impossible. I think everybody, if you're my age, you have to say Super Mario Brothers, because Super Mario Brothers was absolutely like the biggest deal in video gaming ever. That changed everything. We went from essentially Atari 2600 in television, because I didn't know anybody with a 5200. I didn't know anybody with a 7200. That was like null and void. Even if you did have a 5200, I'm sorry, ColecoVision. What am I saying? ColecoVision, and I think if I was going to pick a game on ColecoVision, it was Jumpman Jr. Jumpman Jr. by Epix. I think that was the greatest, most fun ColecoVision game I had ever played. That, and, well, James Bond was fun too. Space Fury. But yeah, Jumpman Jr. on the ColecoVision. That was a kick. It's a fucking great game. We're going to play a little Jumpman Jr. today. I think that's what we're going to do. And I remember I was able to get up to like the 6th board or something like that. I was really good at that game. I don't know how many boards there are, but fuck, if I want to play a little Jumpman Jr. Yeah, but then it was to the Nintendo, and Super Mario Brothers changed everything. I mean, the gamepad changed everything. The game itself changed everything. I think Super Mario Brothers was the first game I ever beat. That's debatable. No, it's not debatable. Super Mario Brothers was the first game I ever beat. So there was that real sense of accomplishment there. And Super Mario Brothers always gave you more. I mean, you always learn new tricks about warp stages and stuff like that, and the fastest way to get to the princess. And, you know, it was convoluted, like mapping at the end was, you know, it was like a maze, almost maze-like at the end, and you learned all these things at school. So that's what made Super Mario Brothers very interactive, because you would play it, you'd go to school, you talk to kids at school, and they tell you, oh, you got to do this, and you're like, really? And you go home and you do it, and you're like, wow, and which made the experience so much better. And then of course Rygar, which was more my style type of game. Rygar was just an awesome game. That was my first dip into like, well, let's face it, action-y, RPG-y, Metroid-y, Castlevania-y, E type of game, right? Right, Rhaegar? Yeah. I mean, if we're not going to move past Nintendo, I mean, yeah, that's it. And then Metroid. Metroid was a saga, really. It was just like an epic game. And what a magical game Metroid was. It was so big. You didn't realize that games could be that big. It was up to that point, there was no game as big as Metroid as far as like volume of stuff to do inside of it. With the energy tanks and the missile tanks and the, you know, beating Krang and Ridley. Krang? I don't know. 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight, okay? We're not getting through a show without one. And then beating Ridley. And then, of course, over to the Mother Brain, the freeze gun, the wave gun. It's just such a cool game. And then at the ending, the plot twist, you're abroad the whole time. I mean, are you kidding me? Not to mention the password system and Justin Bailey. You type in Justin Bailey and you get to basically go over again with everything, right? All the energy tanks and all this fucking bullshit. I mean, these are transformative games. How could you not talk about Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? This is a time where you were in a one console society. Everybody had Nintendo. It was it. And at that time, early Nintendo, there was no Sega Master System. Nobody was thinking about Sega Master System. I'm very sorry to tell you that. But when we were talking early Nintendo, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, everybody was about it. That and Contra and Legend of Zelda, everybody was about it. So you want to talk about influential games, those are the ones. And we strive to beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And if you beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, I was like, wow, it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. It's a hard fucking game. Hard fucking game. I challenge any of these young guys today, this new generation, to beat Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, okay? And, well, we can end it there. You beat those 3 games, you got my respect. You got my respect. And you don't use Google doing it, okay? I gotta piss. I'll be right back. Yeah, I was just thinking when I was taking a piss. I mean, I don't know if I said enough about. I mean, Contra, Life Force, Jackal, Konami just hitting on all cylinders right there. So let's do this. I mean, let's just go back and play a little Jumpman Jr., play a little ColecoVision, play a little early. Let's play a little Jackal. Why the fuck not? Oh my God. Let's have some fun. I mean, Jackal alone for the music. Let's get immersed in that early video game fever. Hit me! Picture time. Hit me. It's picture time. Having fun. Picture time. And it ain't long. Picture time. Picture time. Video games on. Picture time. It's been had. Picture time. Okay, let's go. ColecoVision. Hit the right button. I gotta get used to this. J for Jumpman. Guys, look at what the fucking ColecoVision was giving you. Gutbuster. What was Gutbuster? Hold on a second here. Jumpman Jr. Hit me, baby. Guys, we had a title screen with music in '84. Beautiful. Number of players. Oh, fuck. 2. Player speed. Oh, I only know how to do 2. Let's see. Hey! Nothing to it. Just collect the red orbs. There we go. That's a good speed. Whoa, whoa. Okay, red ropes go down. Okay. How do you jump? How do you jump? How do you do the most fundamental thing in the game? Okay. Watch that gun. No! Come on! Come on. Get down, get down, get down, get! Whoa! Here we go. Not a bad ladder animation to boot. That's right. Here we go. How many guys we got? We got 1 guy left. Come on. Same board. Oh, this is player 2. Shit. All right, watch it. Watch how we do this. Ready? Oh, come on! I hit the ladder, you cunt! Oh. I'm trying to be slick over here. Here we go. Ready? Oh, we gotta go over here. Fuck! You know what? Let's commit suicide if we get to the next board. Oh! Player 1, come on. Look at Epics going all out. What the fuck? Alright, you've had enough. Me too. What the hell? What in the motherfuck, you Do we have television here? No. No. Okay. Let's play a little Jackal, man. How good, guys? How good? Set them free. Set the POWs free. Oh, we got missiles. Nice. Missiles. Run this guy over, son of a bitch. Oh, you're out of here. Missiles aren't all they're cracked up to be, man. You can't fire over things with the missiles, but you have a longer range, right? Yep. run those guys over. Come on. Come on. That's it. Come on. Come on, you were really doing something here, guys. This is army stuff right here. We're saving POWs. Thank you. Get her out of here, prick. Out of here, bitch. Guys, the music is insane. Oh, it feels so good, too. Oh! I got missiles. This guy's shooting cannonballs. There we go. You're dead. You're out of here. Gun emplacements on this kind of missile? No way. Look at that. Very tactical game. Oh! Shit! Wait. I got you guys. I got you. Come on, man. Let's go. Alright, we're powered up. Let's go. I believe you can shoot the helicopter and kind of fuck yourself. Ready? Of course he's aimed right at me. Set him free. Set him free. Nice. Alright, we got powered up again. Oh! Oh, I should have shot it down. Here we go. Oh boy. Fuck everybody. Hell yeah. The percussion is amazing. Oh. All right. Shit. Oh shit. Get over here. Get over here. Power up. All right. There we go. Shit. God damn it. Oh man, guys. Who is this, Metallica? Oh, Konami doing it big time. God, this game is so good, man. It's so good. Yes, yes, yes. Oh boy, oh boy! Come on, big boy. Alright, you know what we gotta do, right? Yes. Yes. So satisfying. There's the rescue chopper. You almost forget you have the machine gun. This is some high caliber 8-bit video gaming. Oh shit, remember that? Yes, yes. We're heading for the bridge, guys. You know the bridge. Oh, fuck. Ready for this? Yes. Go home, get a Hans Blowy for me. I'm not making it out of here alive. I don't know if you realize that. We're powered up, guys. Oh shit. This guy's insane! Got him! You're out of here. The bridge, guys. We all know the bridge. Right in your yap, honey. Right in your yap. Come on. This pain in the ass over here. Take that. Take that. Come on. Gotta be dead. That's it. You're done too. Yes. What a glitch, huh? Fuck me! Okay, hold on. Missiles. Ah! No. Yes, baby. Oh yeah! Here? Guys, the really solid thing about this game was the 2-player action. You play with a buddy, endless fun. Yep. Patience prevails, right? say, when you bought Jackal, you got your money's worth. This is the best $50 a kid could have spent. Yes. What do you got? Soldiers in these cargo containers, huh? Get out of here. Look at the water. Amazing. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. That's it. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. No, we're not going there. Come on, did we pick the right way to go? Did we pick the right way? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, no, that was a hit. Oh, ow! We are not giving up. We are not giving up. Hey! Guys, my hands are sweating. We're gonna go over here. I'm gonna take the back door. Oh shit, what was that? Oh God. God help me. Get rid of that asshole. Come on. Come on, boys. That's it? Hey! That's it. Come on, fellas. Going home. How did I die? How did I die? I killed myself? Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good old Nintendo for you. What a blessing we still have this grenade. What's the matter? This guy doesn't have the nuts to come over here? Fuck me. Guys, we are in a maelstrom here. Hold on. Fuck off. Shit. Come on, come on. Shit. Alright, go ahead, guys. Wow. Oh, great, now we got the missile. I don't think I want it. Let's go! Jeez. Guys, your Nintendo is doing everything right. Everything right in this game. Oh, that's right. Oh, remember that guy? Hey! busted to hell. Another one busted to hell. Shit. Goodbye. Guys playing shooters! Really prepares you for this shit. Alright, they took away my missiles. Ow! We got this, guys. We got this. We got this. One more shot. Fuck them all. Large and tall. Here? Look, guys, where we are. We're halfway through. Alright. Gotta remember this board. Run them all over the scumbag. Guys, we're just gonna... Ah, jeez. Woo! Don't tell me you didn't get your money's worth today. Alright, guys? Whenever you play Jackal, you get your money's worth. Ladies and gentlemen, do you realize you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization? And you better believe that. With a 4K face! We'll see you next time. Guys, you gotta go over to Patreon. What's it gonna cost you? $1. Okay? One stinking measly $1. It's less than a cup of coffee, for crying out loud. And we have over 100 shows, and I think some of the greatest work I've ever done is the Advices program. Here is the email address. Put Advices in the header and tell me your problems. All right? And you're gonna hear stuff like this. I mean, who told you in your life that you needed toilet paper? Who told you this lie? Hi, Bithead. I've written into the program before, and you gave solid advices, of course. I got pulled over twice by police on the way to work. I felt like getting out of the car and saying, oh, well, golly gee, I didn't realize I was driving the General Lee. But women know about guys that drive cars. They can tell exactly who you are by the car you drive. It's true. It's easy to bullshit your way through life. I'm just being honest. I got a Ford Maverick. All right? That basically says, on the back of my car, it says, here drives a man that used to get blowjobs. I know. Guys, email me, okay? We'll solve all your problems, just like... And we also have a show called You're the Boss, where you write to me, insult me. Very easy to do. You say, hey, chicken head red, howdy doody, I heard you have wooden balls, this type of thing. And then you tell me what games we play. And that's exactly what I do. And we have been running into some awesome games lately. They've just been awesome. And stuff I didn't even know about. So that's very exciting. Okay. Patreons, thank you so much for their support. And we'll see you next time.